I had to get up and grind, do that on my own. Steady depressed, I ain't know I was living in fear. Had a feeling I was living wrong. I see that so many people try to make me feel less of a person now that I am grown. I had anxiety running and flowing through my fucking blood, nigga, I was strong. I always listen when my father gave me them low, deep stories he ain't never know. Took me a second just to process it into my head, I was learning slow. You can do whatever you set your mind to, right? Literally, whatever you set your mind to. Whatever you really feel dedicated to do, whatever you really want, you gotta really want it though, right? You can make it happen. Chosen one or not chosen one, right? You can do, I'm gonna say it again. You can have, you can accomplish, you can take, you know what I mean, whatever you want in this world. As long as you know in your heart that you really want it, right? If you really want it, you can have it. If you really want it, it's right there for you. It's literally right there on the table for you. And you know, I heard people say this type of stuff to me all the time as I was growing up. You know what I mean? So many people has told me this. And at that time, where my mindset was at, I didn't have the, you know, motivation inside of me to say like, you know, that's true. Like, I felt like what they were saying was just, you know, kind words. You know, I didn't take it too serious until I really realized, until I really tapped into myself and figured out that you can get whatever you want. If you want it badly, it's yours. I'm talking about anything, right? A year ago from here, you know, I manifested my dream apartment. Right? This is an apartment that I live in, you know, but so of course there will be other houses and of course I want a house and all that type of stuff, but I'm not geeking. You know, I know what I wanted though, right? For the longest, I kept it in my brain and said, you know, I'm gonna get this joint. You know, a long time ago, or not a long time ago, last year around this same time last year, I was in, you know, a specific apartment with my ex-girlfriend. And I loved it. Like, I was so in love with what we got, you know. I was so in love with it. Shit was cool. Shit was so Gucci. And, you know, not to talk on anybody's name or anything like that, or talk down on anybody, but you know what I was going through was a toxic situation, and I was with a demon. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I was with a demon, and basically, you know, as y'all know, when you're with somebody, you know, that still got negative traits, negative mindset, you know, negative energy in them, and you got pure light in you, and they see that in you, and they see that you're not awake yet. These people, these demons, and it's in their spirit, it's not through their flesh. So, you know, they can tell you they love you, they can give you kisses, y'all can have sex, whatever, woo-de-woo. But that don't mean that their spirit is not gonna try to bring you down. If you in a relationship with a girl and you know it's toxic, and you wonder, or you in a relationship with a guy and you know it's toxic and you wondering why, like, you try your best to make this person happy, but it's always something that they complaining about, crying about. It's always an argument with this person. Understand that it's not even really them no more. It's what's inside of them, right? So back to what I was just saying. I was in a relationship with my ex last year, and you know, long story short, we got a crib and all that, and it was beautiful. Like, things, like, it's crazy when I look back at this, because it's like so much stuff was manifesting in my life when I was with this person. So much blessings were coming, but I was so in what's the word? I was so in terrorism. I was so, you know, drained mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, that I didn't even realize the blessings that were in my face. Like I couldn't even, and even if I did realize the blessings, I couldn't embrace them. I couldn't feel good with them. You know, I couldn't enjoy them. I couldn't, because me and this person are just going back and forth every single day. If it's not this, it's that. If it's not that, it's this, you know. And also keep in mind, guys, with this video topic that I am saying, this is not me pointing a finger at anybody. This is not me blaming anybody about anything. I understand that everything that I've been through in my life was all part of me. Like, I had the control, you know. But at the same time, you got to understand, us chosen ones, we go through this shit for a reason, to make us stronger. But I understand that I went through this stuff, you know, because I allowed it. A female's not going to play with you if you don't allow them to. A man is not going to play with you if you don't allow him to, period. It's simple as that. You have to know who you are and know your standards and morals, you know. At that time and point in life, I was not fully awakened. I was rising, but I was not fully awakened. You know, we all go through things. Anywho, at that time, we had manifested an apartment, a beautiful apartment, woo-de-woo. You know, I only got to enjoy that apartment for what? Not even a full month. Not even a full month. Because there was so much bickering and stuff going on. And then, you know, long story short, niggas end up getting kicked out of their own apartment. You know, like, it's a crazy situation. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, did I let that drain me though? It was right after me leaving out of my toxic relationship that I woke up. It was right after me being done with that person that I woke up. Why? Because I almost gave up after that. After that situation where I manifest this apartment, you know, things is going, I'm so happy, woo-de-woo. And then boom, this happens, and then I'm out, and I gotta go right back to my people's joint. You know what I mean? Right back to living with my peoples, which I'm not saying it's not wrong with my peoples, but I'm just saying, like, you know how it feels when you get something and then you gotta give it back. You know that shit hurts. If you know, then you know. If you've been through some shit like that, then you know that shit hurts, right? So here I am, back in my home, my home with other people in here. You know, I had to come back to my home to not even be able to get my room, right? My room was taken, which I'm not pointing the finger at that person either, because, you know, it was just like, that's just how the universe had it set up. That's just how God had it set up. It was all for the better. I'm telling you, though, it all turned out good. Came back, you know, I'm in another room that's not even mine, woo-de-woo. I gave up, bro. I felt like I was at my last, bro. I didn't know what to do, bro. I'm like, what, you know, I didn't know what to do. But slowly but surely, days later, I start researching stuff. I start tapping in. I start having questions and all these desires and questions in my heart, in my mind. And I start figuring shit out. I start figuring out how do you do this? How do you know what I mean? How do you live life righteously? How do you know what I mean? I started researching. I started getting the divine knowledge, divine wisdom. Once I got that, slowly but surely, I was waking up. I was rising. I was coming back. I was knowing who I was. I was remembering who I was, because I once upon a time knew who I was. You know what I mean? But as you grow, the devil tries his hardest to take that away from you, to take away your vision, take away your purpose, take away your mission. You know, the devil's out here trying that with a lot of these people. And a lot of these people don't know who they are anymore. Once upon a time, though, they did. Once upon a time, we all did. But that's another topic, right? So listen, I ended up bossing up, you know, just bossing up. And I said to myself, I'm going to get an apartment. You know, I'm going to do this on my own. I felt like once upon a time I had to have somebody with me to do this. I felt like once upon a time I had to be with a person, you know, to make things happen. But I realized that it wasn't nobody that I had to be with, nobody. It was God, the Most High, right? It was God. That was the person. That was the spirit that I needed to have in my heart and just stay with, and everything was gonna be just fine. Nobody else, not a single person, not a single fleshly person on this world is who I needed, and it's who I need. I don't need anybody. You don't need anybody. Is company great? If it's positive company and wonderful, good energy company, yes, of course. But do you need them? No. Get that out of your mind now. Change your mindset. You don't need anybody. You need yourself. You need you, because God is within you, right? Now listen, y'all think I'm playing with y'all. I told y'all, I manifested my apartment. As you can see, I am in it right now. I made it happen. I had a vision for the longest, and I stuck to it. I didn't just say in my brain that I'm gonna get this apartment. That's one thing I did. I also spoke it out into existence, into the universe, into this world. You know, it's been times that I would talk to my little cousins, you know, when they would come visit, and I would use them as manifestation techniques. I would talk to them and be like, yeah, I'm about to get this crib. I would even drive out there. I drove out here to my apartment plenty of times and just felt, you know, I felt the feeling of being in this neighborhood, being in this complex, being in this area. You know, I looked at the buildings, you know, I even spoke with the leasing consultant, you know, the landlord consultant. I even spoke with that person, you know, got me my information. She gave me a folder. Like I've put myself in the vibration of feeling this house already, because I said to myself, I'm not letting nothing get in my way of getting this shit. You know what I mean? I said to myself, I'm not letting nothing get in my way of getting this. This is me. I had this last year. It got taken away. God showed me that that if you're not grateful, you are not going to keep what you want. You have to be grateful, and you have to be grateful for your situation and be awake. God showed me that as quick as he can give you something, as quick as he can snatch it away, right? But he also told me, after he snatched that away from me, he told me, get it yourself, D. Get it yourself, Dewante. You can do it. Get it yourself, Skrilla. Come on, Skrilla D. Get it yourself. You know? This ain't just about that. You can bounce back in a heartbeat. A lot of people think they can't bounce back from shit. That's when they give up, and that's when they're ready to just live like every person in this world. And that's not how it should be. We go through these trials and tribulations for a reason. That's our step stool and push to make us get something much better. If God takes something away from you, understand that you either A, weren't grateful, or either B, he got something way better for you. It could be both. You never know. You know, anything you want, set your mind to it. It starts up here. It starts in here. Then you formulate it through here, you know. Then you speak it out to the world. I'm going to get this. I'm going to get that. I would drive out to the apartment area before I even had this apartment, you know, and I would say to my cousins, oh yeah, I guarantee you next time you see me, you're gonna see me in this apartment. I guarantee you next time we chat, I'm gonna have my own joint. I'm gonna be living out here for real. They looking at me like I'm crazy. They looking at me like I'm boo with a fool. I'm like, great, I love it. I know they don't believe in me. I know that they think I'm jazzing. I'm okay with that, because I love to prove my haters wrong. It feels good, you know. I love to prove my doubters wrong. Take that back. I'm not going to say they was hating on me. You know, they just didn't believe in me at the moment, especially through all the bullshit that I was going through, that I had just got out of, right? Listen, listen, you feel it, you speak it, and then what you also do, then you also take action. I took action as well. When I drove out here, you know, spoke to the leasing consultant. You got to get in the vibration. You got to talk to them, you know, and get prepared. You know, I already let the lady know, like, hey, I'm going to get this joint in a couple months. Woo-de-woo. Said woo-de-woo. What did I do? I ended up hitting her up 6 months later. Listen, I did all that, but it's another thing that you guys need to do if you want something. If you really want it, write it down. Write it down on a piece of paper. Y'all want to see something? Let me show you this. Hold on. Look. I can't make this up, bro. I'm going through all my papers too, so I don't want to hear no, oh, he just wrote this down on a piece of paper. No, I didn't just write this down, because you see, I'm going through all my papers. Like, this is early in the book. So anywho, okay, so listen. I'm about to show y'all this in a second, but listen. It says 6 months from now, September 2021, living in my own apartment. And yo, listen, when I tell y'all that before I ended up knowing, confirmed fully on that I was gonna have this apartment, like when I finally got the confirmation, like, okay, boom, this is me, you know, like I'm gonna be moving in September. When I got that confirmation, I didn't even remember that I wrote this down in the book. That's what I mean. If you write something down right when you want it, when you feel it in your heart that you want it, and in your mind that you want it, write that shit down immediately, because you might forget later to write it down. You want to really let the universe and God know that that's what you want. Because I don't even remember that I wrote this down. One day, I was just going through my vision book, because that's what I do every now and then. You're supposed to do it really on a consistent basis. But anywho, I was just going through my papers, because I like to I like to meditate on the old stuff that I've written, because it's still part of my life. So I just was looking at my shit, and I'm like, whoa, hold up. 6 months from now, September 21, living in own apartment. Like, I really manifested this shit. I already said this shit 6 months ago. I had a vision already that I was going to be here. And you see, literally, the month of September, I am here. This can't be capped, bro. I can't make this shit up. 6 months ago. You know what I mean? I wrote down other things on here that I was going to do as well. Half of those things did take place and happen as well. Half of those things are going to happen soon. Right? Now listen, it's just so on point. That's how much God will bless you when you really let him know what you want and you take all your fears and worries away. Did I sit here when I said I'm gonna get me an apartment? Did I say to myself, oh, how am I gonna do this? Did I stress about it? Did I let anything financially stop me? Did I let anybody else words stop me? Did I tell anybody, Did I tell too many people? No. I told the people that I know I could use as a manifestation technique. Like I said, I use my little cousins. Not use, you know what I mean? But like when they came, they like to be around me. They're kids, woo-de-woo. So we played woo-de-woo. So when I'm around them, I like to talk to them about the things that I'm gonna make happen in life. That's part of my manifestations technique. But am I gonna go out and tell this person out, maybe strangers, but am I gonna go tell people that I know have negative mindsets, that I know don't want to see me achieve, that I know don't want to see me get an apartment, that I know don't want to see me go to the next level? Did I tell any of them that I'm getting an apartment? Nah, I ain't open my mouth to them, because I didn't want to hear their mouth. I didn't want to hear none of their negative shit, because that was just gonna get in the way of my manifestation. I was gonna block my blessings, right? I just kept a strong mindset, stayed down, did what I had to do to get it. And guess what? It was easy as hell. It was easy as hell. God put all the opportunities in my face like that, because God knew that I really wanted it, and I really was willing to make it happen. And I was really willing to sacrifice to make it happen. And when I say sacrifice, guys, I'm not saying sacrifice like, do dumb shit. I'm not saying be a killer. I'm not saying none of that negative shit. You have to sacrifice as in like boss up, grow, be dedicated, be motivated, do things of that nature, that of the manifestation that you want. Listen, bro. 6 months from now, September 2021. So listen. 6 months, September, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, March, April, May, June, July, August, February, March, April, May, June, July, January, February, March, okay. April, May, June, July, August, September. So it was in April. April that I wrote this down on here. April, bro. Shit wasn't crucial because I was waking up at April. Like I was waking up. I started waking up back in June 2020 is when I was waking up. June 2020. So then here comes June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Here comes April. So that's 10 months later. I'm already woke. I've been awake now for 10 months at that point. So here comes April, and I'm writing shit down on a piece of paper. I said 6 months from now, I will be living in my own apartment. And I kid you not, guys, that's where I'm at. It's the beginning of the month, and that's where I'm at. So when I tell you, anything you want to make happen, you can make happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You just gotta really want it. If you don't really want it, trust me, it ain't gonna happen. If you don't really want that shit, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna come. If you ain't willing to, do the things that you need to do to make it happen, if you ain't willing to go through a little bit of hardships, if you ain't willing to, put in the work and keep the mindset every day, be motivated for that, nah, it ain't gonna happen. Do we all have bad days? Yeah, nobody's perfect. It's gonna be days, unmotivated days, whoop-de-whoop. As long as you keep that mind frame set of, okay, I'm gonna get this soon, bro, God is gonna throw so many different opportunities your way to allow you to get it. You're gonna notice things that pop up in your face that you can just easily grab. I'm telling you, different opportunities is gonna come your way when you set your intentions out to the world and to God, and pray to God as well, and let God know that that's what you want. It has nothing to do with chosen or not chosen or none of that. You know what I mean? We manifest every day. Anything that we think of, anything that we talk about, anything that we say out of our mouth, anything that we're watching on TV, whatever you're entertaining your brain with on a normal basis is how you're living. People don't want to look at that and believe that though. You really gotta think deep about that shit. If you're watching the news every day, every morning, and all you're doing is just living in a low fear vibration, or it cannot even be fear. It could be a low angry vibration, or it cannot even be angry. It could be a low sad vibration. Whatever you're doing, switch that now. Flip it upside down. Turn it into a positive, high, happy vibration. And I promise you, you're going to notice all the good things that you want and that your heart really wants is going to come to you like that. Nah, for real. Please like, comment, and share this video if it resonates with somebody that you feel needs to see this, or if it resonates with you. I love you guys, and I will see y'all in the next video. Slap. You can make it happen. Whatever you want to make happen in life, you can make it happen. You just gotta really want it.
Yeah, had to be patient in the mind. Started being more myself and now I'm fine. Snakes now, I was really blind. My third eye verified that I'm one of a kind.